Good evening. Maybe you're not all settled and comfortable yet, but let me say that it makes me very happy to be able to visit with you and your family each week. It's rewarding to all of us when we hear that we've brought some pleasure to both Mom and Pop and the younger folk. Tonight, we have a story about a family. They could be your neighbors, your friends, or the people next door. Bruce Gordon and I will try to show you what happens to some very nice people when Father forgets.
Good morning. This is Dick Whittinghill. Throw back those covers and get out of that hay. Let's live a little this brand new day. Watch out for that first step. It's a gasser.
Looks like you guys haven't moved from there for 48 hours. Don't you ever sleep?
Couple of weeks we can sleep the rest of our lives.
Say, when are you going to let me in on this mystery? I've been rooting for you guys for over a year. I'd like to know what I'm rooting for.
You're in right now, pal. We filed for basic patents yesterday. You know the kind of fumes come out of an auto engine's exhaust?
Sure, carbon monoxide.
Right. A poison gas. Well, Joe and I figured if we could convert it to carbon dioxide, a harmless gas, we could make $1 million. No poison fumes, no smog. That gimmick does it.
Hey, but they'll even pass a new law. All the new cars will have our gimmick built in at the factory. Oh, that's terrific. Congratulations.
Well, not yet, pal. There's still a couple of bugs to get out.
Ah, you guys will get them out. But you better get some sleep. You both are kind of beat.
All right, boys, break it up. It's time to go home, Joe.
In a minute, Katie. I have to finish this list.
I want you to go upstairs and get an hour's sleep right away.
Here's the stuff we need. Order it from Thompson on your way home.
Are you kidding? Thompson said we couldn't charge another nickel's worth till we paid the $130 we owe.
You better go straight home, Joe. And there won't be any work tonight.
Okay, Katie. Okay.
But tell Thompson I'll be in around 9:30 with a check.
2 nights in a row, all night. I don't want to be a widow, even a rich one.
Oh, please, honey. We're that close. I promise I'll sleep all next month. Did you get some more aspirin?
Mm-hmm.
Have Buddy wake me, huh? 8:30?
What will the skipper say when you're late again?
Nothing. Why do you suppose I cut him in on the project?
Good morning, buddy.
Hi.
Look, chum, you're heading for big trouble. You've been at my tools again. I told you to stay out of the garage and keep away from my tools, didn't I? Now, don't forget it. Now go brush your teeth.
I just brushed them before I went to bed.
Go brush them.
But I didn't eat anything yet. They're still clean, see?
I said brush your teeth.
Pop must have done it again.
Done what?
Like you told me yesterday. Got up on the wrong side of the bed.
He hasn't been to bed at all yet. How would you like some pancakes and sausages?
With the new boysenberry syrup? Wowie!
Go next door and ask Peggy if we can borrow some pancake mix. Hello? Oh, I think he's asleep. Can I have him call you back? But, Joe... All right. Bob! It's Joe. He says it's important.
Yeah? Well, didn't you tell him I'd bring him a check? Well, tell him the check will be for the whole 130, and I'll bring it in on my way to work. Yeah. See you tonight. So long.
Mom said I could have some gum.
I thought I told you to get dressed.
No, you just said to brush my teeth.
Well, go brush your teeth and get dressed.
When are you gonna get up?
Now, I guess.
Hey, wait a minute.
Huh?
Is that the way you got out of bed yesterday?
The way I got out of bed? What are you talking about?
Well, yesterday you were sorting me all day. Mom said it was because you got up on the wrong side of the bed.
Oh.
So get up on the other side, huh?
Now, look, chum, that's cute of your mom, but it's you that makes me sore at you. Now, for the last time, go brush your teeth, get dressed, and stay out of the garage and keep away from my tools. Understand?
Okay.
How are you going to get the 130 for Thompson?
My grandma, what big ears you have.
I thought the back payments came first.
What's the matter? They've been calling the house?
Oh, no, but, Bob, I'm worried about you. You look tired. And you promised me you'd give up this night work for a while.
Oh, honey, the worry department's mine. Please be patient a little longer. We're right around the corner from Easy Street. Now, we'll get Buddy off to school, huh? And, honey, please explain to him why he has to stay out of the garage and keep away from my tools, huh? Oh, and Katie, get dressed, will you? I want you to drive me to the plant.
Oh, I hear one of the big auto companies has already come up with a gimmick like yours.
Yeah? So what?
You'd be smarter betting this dough at the races.
Deliver the stuff to my garage for sure today, will you?
I'll deliver it as soon as the check clears.
That's what I said. Deliver it today. Now, you've had half a dozen of my checks. Ever had any trouble?
It's always the first time.
Wait for me, honey. I'll be back in a couple of minutes with the money to cover that check. Morning, Newt.
Hi, Bob.
I'd like 150 till payday.
Oh, the New York auditors are checking the books, Bob. I can't help you out.
Any chance tomorrow?
Nope. Sorry.
Thanks anyway, Newt.
I have your file, Mr. Barnes.
Well, where do I sign?
Your record is rather irregular.
Well, every loan has been paid in full. Harry Renfro said that...
Mr. Renfro is no longer with us. And under these circumstances...
I get it. Thanks anyway. You ought to read this sometime. We only had some collateral.
I'm wearing some.
They've never been off, and you're never taking them off. Ever.
Well, it's just a thought.
Oh, I'll think of something. Gotta think of something.
Nice car, huh, Mrs. Barnes?
Why, yes.
Hickey, National Auto Finance Company.
Oh, the back payments.
4 registered letters, Mrs. Barnes. Your husband ignored them.
Well, he's been awfully busy day and night.
Does he want us to repossess the car?
Oh, no. But wouldn't you like to talk to Bob about this? He's at the plant.
Look, I want the money or the car, not talk, Mrs. Barnes.
Well, come inside, please. I can get him on the phone.
The skipper is dissatisfied with the wing specifications and would like a complete revision.
Mr. Barnes' office? Oh, Katie. Yes, of course.
Honey, you picked a bad time to call. What? Well, put him on. Look, Mr. Hickey, you expected a check, didn't you? Well, I couldn't send one. You see, besides my salary, I get a percentage. The books are audited here every 3 months, and I'm due for a nice fat bonus next week.
You mean you'll bring your account up to date next week? In full? Thursday for sure? The amount is...
$260.90.
And either we have the check Thursday by 5 or we'll have the car Thursday by 6. Good day, Mrs. Barnes.
Thank you, Mr. Hickey. I'm sorry this happened.
Thursday. Remember.
Yes. Oh, hello, Ruth. Oh, take it easy, sweetie. It won't do any good to get mad at Joe. I'm not going to bawl Bob out. Well, I'm running a little late this morning. When I get the wash in the machine, I'll call you back. Fine.
Hello, I'd like to talk to someone about refinancing my car. I'll have to call you back. Yes, sir?
Bob, on deck. Now.
On the double, Skipper. Oh, Limey, call home, will you? Tell Katie to have the car washed and pick me up at 4:30.
Righto.
Where have you been all day?
Nothing good, don't ask.
I know. It's been that kind of a day for me, too. Sit down. You know those 8 contracts we bid on?
How many we get? 4?
We missed out on all of them. That board meeting this morning was a dilly. We were closing the Seattle plant and cutting the Dallas staff in half.
Okay, let me have it fast, Skipper. Am I in or out, and when?
Well, you're still aboard. If you take a salary cut.
How much?
$100 a month.
Merry Christmas.
Hi, Pop. I just saw Limey. Why was she crying?
No, this year's model. Less than 5,000 miles. Well, look, brother, if you can give me what I want, say so. If you can't, let's forget it. Well, thanks a lot, pal. That suits me fine.
It's only 4:30, Bob. Where is everybody?
I'll tell you about it later. Did you get the car washed?
No, I didn't have time.
Didn't have time? What were you doing all day?
Oh, the usual things. The shopping, the laundry.
Can I have this? You have 2 of them.
No.
Can I have a pencil?
It's not can I, it's may I, and no, sit down. Hello, what's the procedure for borrowing on my furniture? Well, as long as you have to send a man out to the house to appraise the stuff, can't he bring the papers along? Well, look, brother, I've got over $3,000 worth of furniture. All I want is a couple of hundred. Can't you do it the customer's way for once? Well, that's fine with me, friend. I'll take my business someplace else.
We owe on the furniture. How can we borrow?
We owe the store, not a loan company.
That's illegal, Bob.
What's the use? Come on, let's get out of here.
There's hundreds of pencils around this place. Limey always gives me pencils. May I not have a pencil, please?
No, you cannot.
Did you hear that? Doggy must have got his gas engine playing. Mom, can I go over to Doggy's?
All right, buddy, but get home before dark.
Okay, Mom.
That no good Thompson didn't deliver the stuff. One of these days, I'm going to fix that guy.
Well, I'm glad he didn't deliver the stuff. Didn't tell you that Ruth called today. We talked for over an hour. She's not going to let Joe come by tonight if she has to hide his clothes and lock him in. What are you beating your brains out and worrying us to death for? What's the rush?
You want to know what's the rush? The skipper gave me the good news today. Pay cut, $100 a month. Hello, Thompson Machinery? Is Thompson still there? Oh, he has. Well, listen to this carefully. Call Thompson at home and tell him that Bob Barnes said if the stuff I ordered isn't in my garage by 6, I'm going to stop payment on the check I gave him this morning. Got that straight? Yes, that's right. He knows where I live. Now, that's all, thanks.
Bob, are you holding out on me, or is that a bluff?
Bluff.
You've changed. And it frightens me. I don't know what to do.
Bet you the stuff is here in an hour. Now, all the bills in the drawer, I better start juggling the budget.
Oh, sweetie, skip it for tonight. I want you to think about having a couple of old fashions tear into a big steak and 14 hours sleep for a change.
Katie, will you please stop the devoted little wife routine and lay off me till I get us off the spot?
I'd better count to 1,000 before I answer that one.
don't touch anything. Hey, hand me the screwdriver, will you? No, not that one. The one with the black handle.
Come on, fellas. Out of the garage. Buddy, what'd I tell you?
I wasn't using any of your tools, Dad. Just my screwdriver.
I told you to stay out of here, didn't I?
But Buddy's playing. A screw came loose.
I'm sick of telling you things over and over.
But I fixed it. See?
Hey, watch your fingers with the prop.
My crane.
Now, wait a minute, doggy. I'll get it.
Sorry, Doggy. Dad can fix it.
You have it fixed. I'll pay for it. Sorry, doggy. You fellas go on home. And you, chum, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Upstairs to your room.
But, Dad...
Not another word. Up to your room.
What was the crash? Was anybody hurt?
An accident. Doggy's playing.
Were you in the garage?
Uh-huh.
Oh, sweetie, you promised me this morning.
Go on, son, upstairs.
Buddy, I tried to explain it. Bob, I know he deserves a spanking, but you're too angry. Remember, he's just a little boy.
He's big enough to learn to mind. Now get into your pajamas.
Hello, Mrs. Barnes. Remember me, George Thompson?
Oh, yes. Did you deliver Bob's things?
Well, I came to see Bob.
Well, he's busy
Once
right...
and for all, when I tell you something, you remember and do what I say, understand?
I got a couple of boys, Mrs. Barnes. Mind if I'm curious? What'd the kid do to get a whopping like that?
If you're really interested, Mr. Thompson, Bob is not whopping the kid. He's whopping a lot of people, including you, for not delivering his things.
Now, buddy, stop that sniveling now, or there'll be no TV tonight. You brought the stuff?
Walk me to the car, will you?
Sure. You get everything we ordered.
Told you there was always the first time.
You didn't deposit it.
Called your bank. They said it was no good. Saved you 50 cents by not putting it through.
Oh, Mr. Thompson, just a minute.
Yes, Mrs. Barnes?
If you're having trouble with that check, it's my fault. You see, we have a joint account, and I made a deposit this afternoon. If you put the check through your bank in the usual way, then it would have been good when it got to our bank. I'm awfully sorry to cause this kind of trouble, but will you bring Bob's things by first thing in the morning? It's really my fault. I'm sorry.
Give me the check, Barnes. I guess it went off my rocker. Wyman, I've been there. I'll have the stuff in your garage in 40 minutes.
Katie,
Now it's your turn not to say it.
I'm going to take a nap now, okay?
It's time, buddy.
Okay. Good night, Mom.
Go give your pop a kiss goodnight.
I don't think he cares.
Buddy, we don't hold any grudges in this family. You were wrong and he was right. Now go kiss him goodnight.
Good night, Pop. I promise I'll stay out of the garage.
Katie?
What?
Oh. I'm hungry. Thanks for saving my neck with Thompson.
Skip it. It was just the devoted little wife routine.
Oh, Katie. You know how I get sometimes. I apologize. Don't rub it in.
Are you kidding? I've been waiting for you to wake up so I could rub it in. Way in.
You don't have to. I admit the whole mess is all my fault.
What mess?
Back payments, bills.
You think that's what's tearing me apart? We haven't got any real money problems. I've always managed to save something. How do you think I sent $150 to the bank?
You what?
You heard me.
I thought you were bluffing, Thompson.
I hate bluffs and bluffers.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because I've been mad at you all week.
Why?
You know why.
You mean Buddy?
What else?
Oh, Katie, don't you know how I feel about Buddy? Don't you think I remember the first 5 years without him? How we prayed for him? How extra special he is because he's the only kid we can ever have? But you can't be this mad at me just because I spank him when he deserves it. I'm crazy about him, you know that.
You sure picked a funny way to show it. You've spanked him a lot lately.
Does he complain about it?
Buddy's not a complainer. But he did say one thing. You want to know what it was?
What?
His eyes were big and round and hurt. I told him to kiss you goodnight, and he said, I don't think he cares.
But I do, Katie. I guess when things start to go rough with me,
Rough? What could be rougher than growing up? Dig into yourself, Bob. You decide. Do you want him to learn how to mind or be whipped and made to mind? Will you go inside? I iron better alone.
Hi, son. I'm glad you're asleep. I guess I'm not big enough to look you in the eye and get this load off my chest. I don't know how or when it happened, but I started turning into a pretty rotten father. Well, sure, I've given you food, clothes, money to spend, but somewhere along the line, I stopped giving you the really important things, the patience and understanding a kid your age needs even more than money or food or clothes. At least I know now why I've been letting you down. My own problem seemed so big I didn't take the time to think of yours. I'm taking the lazy way, the easy way. Nagging, barking, smacking you. Sure, you need discipline, but I've been so mad at me or somebody else, and I've been taking it out on you. I'd forgotten you were a little boy. I kept asking too much too soon. I forgot you were a little boy. But I promise you, cross my heart, your pop will never forget again.